All right. I don't look like total shit today. And anyways, some guy commented and he asked me. He took 50 milligrams of Anadrol an hour before his workout, and he said he didn't feel anything. Usually, in my experience, I mean, the first time you take it, you're really sensitive to it. And I remember the first time I took an oral steroid, I took 50 milligrams of Anadrol, and this is going back to 2020. This is like September 2020, and I remember my workout was I think I did I did 550 for a set of 5 deadlift, and I felt like my head was going to explode. But that, they say Anadrol increases your blood pressure, and it will, because it increases androgenic signaling, because one of its metabolites is mestanolone, because Anadrol itself apparently doesn't even bind to the androgen receptor. So it's kind of a mysterious drug. No other oral steroid is like that. Every other oral steroid, the main active ingredient is the one that is giving you the strength benefit, or sort of anabolic benefit. And so he says he didn't feel anything, but he also didn't take it on an empty stomach. And although the first month I was taking oral steroids, I didn't take them on an empty stomach, but I was really sensitive, and so it was still working. You don't absorb as much of it. You still absorb some of it, though. I don't know what the oral bioavailability is. The more fat you have, I assume, in your stomach, the slower it'll be absorbed, and so that would be the only difference, depending on the sort of food you take it with. I remember Dave Crossland said that all oral steroids are fat soluble. I don't. If that was the case, then if it was like a vitamin, like vitamin D, that's fat soluble, then it would. I think what he means by that is it can still be absorbed when you take food, but it's not like vitamin D or vitamin E. I think vitamin E is fat soluble. So, and I've had it's called. Actually, I got the thing right here. It's called. I had a pharmaceutical grade Anadrol. What was the brand? It's from Iran. Iran Hormone, and it's manufactured in Tehran. I've had that. It was expensive, and it was good stuff. That's what I had for my cycle back in late 2021, and I was working pretty good. And so the only way you could test it, because it doesn't have a flavor, at least none of the things no oral steroid I've ever tasted has a flavor, and you'd have to get a testing kit, and you'd have to send it to a lab to get tested. I don't know, it's really tough with UGLs, because you kind of have to just it's like a word of mouth thing. If someone else is taking stuff and it's working, then that's the kind of stuff you want to go with. This isn't a recommendation. This is just my thoughts on these sorts of things. This is just for entertainment value. You got to consult your doctor before using any sort of prescription, or if you're interested in using some sort of thing like that. But this is just my opinions, and I'm not a doctor. And so, anyways, what the heck else? Yeah, you take them on an empty stomach. You can take them sublingually. Anadrol doesn't work sublingually as well, because the main metabolite is mestanolone, and so that first pass to the liver is what's going to give you the mestanolone. And some people are really sensitive to it, like it immediately ruins their appetite, and so the sublingual administration, and you also absorb more of it. The sublingual administration softens the blow to your liver, and so if you're already, and then it's kind of a pain in the ass too. You put it in your mouth underneath your tongue, and then when the saliva builds up, you're like sloshing it around, and it gets absorbed through all the salivary glands, and you got to put it in your mouth, have it in your mouth for like 20 minutes. And then you can go even one step further. You could do what Rigor Steve says, and then with that stuff there that's in your mouth, because you don't absorb all of that. Then you swallow that with a swig of grapefruit juice, because grapefruit juice has naringine and naringenine in it, and that molecule, those molecules inhibit the metabolism of certain drugs like Cialis, statins, and oral steroids, and a bunch of other shit. And so that's why they tell people that they can't eat grapefruit. I think it's an all citrus fruit, but grapefruit, it's most concentrated in grapefruit. And so they'll tell old people who probably don't even know the names of the medications that they can't have grapefruit. And so old people are like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just eat. And that as long as I can eat all the other garbage. I don't recommend eating grapefruit. It just melts your teeth. I watched this tier list, and the guy was doing a fruit tier list, and we agreed on a few things. Like obviously the worst things are the dehydrated fruits, raisins, prunes, dates. Those are so fucking bad for you, and because there's like no micronutrients. It's just fucking sugar. You eat like 4 or 5 prunes, it's like 20 grams of sugar. Banana, but they pretty much all suck. And that's like it's kind of a cliche, but the whole vegetable and the fruit thing is just like a cult, or it's like propaganda to get you to eat garbage and be a little bitch. It's like the New Age movement. The whole point of the New Age movement is to turn everyone into a fucking pushover, like turn everyone into a pussy. And I mean, that's part of the idea with public school too, to turn you into an order follower. But for the New Age people, they just that whole movement is just to be turn you into a little bitch. Okay, veganism, that sort of thing, where you're like putting humans on par with animals, or animals on par with humans. Whatever. Vegans are like low-hanging fruit, though. Yeah. I don't want to be around these people, these sorts of people. It's pretty tough to be around people that you have I mean, that's not really I suppose they do, lots of them do it for moral reasons. Some people say they do it for health reasons, which is absolutely retarded. Or this girl told me, she's like, oh, I lost a lot of weight eating the vegan diet. So you got a lot more to go. You got a lot more to go. The whole vegan thing is just like they try and find a whole bunch of things that you wouldn't normally classify as vegetables. They're not even real foods. They're extremely fucking processed. Veganism. What a fucking joke. Holy shit. But they're like young, like if it's like a girl, she's in her 20s or whatever, and then I mean your body's still that sort of like that youth can sort of overcome like the poor nutrient intake. If you're gonna try and be a vegan in your 60s, one fucking slip and you're gonna be shattered in the ground into a million pieces. Slight exaggeration, but anyways, get the fuck out of here. These sorts of people, I don't want them around me. They're just gay. And who else is fucking gay? I don't really. The vegetarianism's the same fucking thing. They don't go as far though. It's more like a fence sitting thing. Anyway, well, I suppose I should talk more about weightlifting. What the hell did I do? That fucking set the other day, that took a lot out of me. My deadlifts today. Who the fuck cares about that? But anyways, I get 647 and a bit and change for a set of 6. That's kind of my thing. I think once I get up to like 660 around there, I'll just maintain that for a while because I don't really need to be too much stronger than that. I'll go up to 666. That'll be really fucking cool. There's this guy on YouTube, Cult Strength. He's a really big Australian guy. He's really fucking strong. He's got Satan tattooed right here. He's like, oh, I just shaved my mustache because I want people to see my Satan tattoo. But I'm not Satanist. Why do you have the tattoo then? I guess it's kind of a symbolic. It's a symbolic thing. It's like Baphomet. You've got like this thing, as above, so below. You've got the combination of opposites. You've got the man and beast. The goat and the human body. You've got male and female. That's why Baphomet has breasts, as it's that sort of thing. So I thought it was an actual like being, but it's actually just a symbol. And I think Satan's also, I suppose, could be like a symbolic of like individuality. And that's what he said. He didn't really go into it, his beliefs are. He just said, he's like, oh, I can form my own opinion. And Australian, I can't do accents anymore. Just, well, maybe just my hillbilly accent, but he doesn't sound like that. It kind of reminds me of Kerry King. Kerry King. But actually strong. Kerry King doesn't have any muscle. And Kerry King's music fucking blows. I don't get why people like Slayer. Those vocals are fucking shit. Those are so fucking shit. And they got their fucking Satan gimmick. Oh boy. The Satan gimmick was born out after Venom's second album, which was like 1982 or something. Venom, black metal. Here we go. What year is this? That's a classic album. November 1982. Venom, Kronos, Abaddon, Mantis. And those first two albums, Welcome to Hell and Black Metal, those albums are fucking sweet. It's just a gimmick, obviously, because anyone who's serious is just a complete fucking head case. And like songs like Witching Hour. And when you listen to them live, there's I think it's Venom live in 1985 at the Hammersmith Odeon, and I'm pretty sure they play Witching Hour. Basically, their whole set, and then they play what the fuck is that called? Well, I think Welcome to Hell. Basically, it's the sloppiest fucking thing you've ever heard. It's the sloppiest music you've ever heard. Everyone's playing different fucking songs. Like this guy's this guy's like a 180 tempo. This guy's at 185. This guy's at 190. It's total fucking chaos. And they're running back, like Mantis is running back and forth. Like he's probably running like I don't understand how people have that much energy. He's running like probably, I don't even know if that's 7-8 miles per hour. He's just doring back and forth from the stage, one side of the stage to the other. And it's totally insane. The drum sound is just like a wash. It's hard you can't really hear the detail. It's just like you look it up, you'll know exactly what I mean. But there's still Venom is one of the they didn't invent heavy metal, but they really shaped the trajectory of it. And like if you know Venom, you probably don't have Metallica, and well, basically all thrash metal. And speed metal, although thrash metal and speed metal are kind of interchangeable. Some like fucking geek with a vest on that has like 500 patches on it and who has a big soy beard, he'd probably split hairs on that one. But oh man, metal people are almost as bad as World of Warcraft people. They make metal like it's. I remember there's this libertarian. Or he's an anarchist or anarcho-capitalist. He's Mark Passio. He has a punk band, and he says that some people complain that he doesn't have the look. And like, so lots of people are in these sorts of genres just for the look, or they're into this culture for the look. Like, there's the goth girls, and then the heavy metal people. They got their like denim vest with all the stupid patches on it, and they got their fucking spiky wristbands and whatever. And and then you can go even further. You can go like full leather, be like Judas Priest. Go to the S&M store and get your leather, get your full leather thing. And punk, it's kind of like metal, but their haircuts are just totally crazy. And yeah, that doesn't matter. Devin Townsend he used to have long hair. He used to have his Predator skullet, which is the best haircut in metal of all time. But he's like that's another thing is like he's like a sensitive person, and he's got a shaved head. He's got a cue ball. He's like Joe Satriani. He's got that sort of look without the sunglasses though. And he's the most metal guy there is. That's the best metal musician of all time, Devin Townsend. And yeah, just look it up. You listen to the album Alien or City. Those are the two best fucking metal albums of all time. People talk about like Meshuggah. I don't get the whole Meshuggah thing. They had like these really slow songs, and they I don't know. It doesn't really seem to have the ferocity that I don't think the vocals are really all that intense. I if you listen to Meshuggah's best song, maybe Bleed. Like I haven't listened to a lot of their music, but they compare Bleed with Strapping Young Lad. You listen to SYL by Strapping Young Lad, or you listen to AAA. Well, AAA, like that song, holy shit, that song's fucking crazy. AAA, Underneath the Waves, or you listen to Shitstorm on the Alien album, or Skeksis. Skeksis is better than anything Meshuggah came up with. And Meshuggah, I still like Meshuggah, but they created their copycats are unreal. I haven't for a long time. Everyone was proud they're still doing it. They got their Mega Boogie dual rectifier amp, and then they record that with an SM57 mic, and then they like max out the mids, and they all have like 7-string guitars, and then when it comes time for clean mode, then they use the Strymon delay. And I learned all these things from Circle of Tone. This isn't really gear is more of his sort of thing, and that's where I go to learn about that. Even though I'm not going to pick up gear because it's fucking overrated. I just want to write the songs. I don't the tone is only like a little 5% that adds to the song, so it doesn't really matter if you have a good tone if your song fucking sucks. If you have no balls in your music. Just look at look at Nuclear Blast Records. They've got such a huge budget. Like all these bands that are on their label, they have big budgets. Well, compared to me, especially, and their skill for recording and whatever. They got studios, whatever their songs fucking blow. Their songs, once in a while, a good one comes out on there, but for the most part, fucking shit. Let's look at what they came up with recently. This has everything to do with weightlifting, just in case you're wondering. Nuclear Blast. Doro, Lean Mean, Rock Machine. Oh, golly. Relica, Killstar. I don't even. Melancholia. My Dying Bride. Oh, there you go. That's the fucking look. Shaved head, beard. You remember, there's the old video of, what's it called? The Winter Moon. Something of the Winter Moon by Immortal, where you see a Both when they're in the forest. It's like during the day, and they're carrying torches through the forest, and that's one of the most epic metal videos ever. And you see a Both going. That's the whole video. Is I'm just doing these scary poses in the forest. It's fucking classic. There's only a few people that have come out of that Norwegian black metal movement, or a few bands maybe that kind of made a transition into something. Their music had like a progression. It didn't just stay in tremolo picking mode. They didn't just stay playing 16th notes the whole fucking song. Here we go. Oh, guys, black metal song. Oh, wait, that's not loud enough. A little sloppy, but what the hell are you gonna do? I'm not a pianist. Anyways, yeah, that's my middle song. That's my people are still doing that. I mean, they're not getting any. Well, I mean, there are some guys. Let's see if Nuclear Blast has picked up some of them. Alceste, L'Envol. That's my French. No, is it these guys? No, maybe it's not them. Music's freaking. That's something else. Ex Hoarder. Oh, I don't like that guy's vocals. Anyways, Higher Power, Absolute Bloom. Let's check this one out. I don't want to get a copyright flag. You're gonna steal my money. Oh yeah, I was making fun of these guys before. Terrible music. I remember people in the comments were shitting on those guys. So anyways, the bands you get coming out of the Norwegian black metal movement that don't suck, that actually progressed, you have Dimmu Borgir, although no people say they aren't True Cult anymore. Who cares about True Cult? True Cult was old in like 1996. Okay. And like the last album probably before it. I didn't even listen to it until like 2018. But Philosophème by Varg, like it's called like the De Mysterious Dom Satanis, and I'm pretty sure that they have like a it's like that like the wrong like improper grammar in that song apparently, but that's splitting hairs. But that album's a classic. And then you've got Bertsum's some of their albums there. I don't like his first album, but because he's doing the only album I like is that eventually when he re-recorded some of those early albums, once he came out of prison, then it made it better because he started doing his vocal style that he did in Philosophème, which is more like you can still listen to it, but I don't listen to the music very often. Just some of the riffs are cool, but Dimmu Borgir, Immortal, and Mayhem has some okay stuff. I don't. They're still doing their Satanist gimmick. But really just Dimmu Borgir and Immortal and Orabat, which is Immortal. Yeah. This Ministry guy. This guy's fucking cringe. Toxic misogyny. This guy's this there's a song, Violence. He's just throwing in samples into music. I thought I actually liked one of his newer songs. It was like New Religion, I think. I can't stand the guy. I remember back in the 2016 election, he's like, "Man, Trump's a fucking racist." Guy's a freaking goof. Being like a leftist is the least metal thing ever. But if you have like a natural talent for some things, like let's say for music, and then you can make a living of it, and so then you skip the whole process where you're like doing manual labor, and then you kind of see the whole. You don't really see other people's perspective in life, and so you just think maybe. Like you get to do something fun for a living. Okay, you get to do what you like to do and then get paid for it. Let's say if you're a laborer, if you work in construction, you do landscaping. Okay, you're getting cooked by the fucking sun, and then you're like moving stones and shit, or in June I got allergies. That fucking sucks. And cutting like a fucking hayfield with my mower. Okay, if you have to do manual labor, if you have to toil, then you don't want to have you want to retain most of your earnings because that shit's not fun. You don't want to, like, let's say you get taxed 50%. Like you work 40 hours a week, let's say. 20 hours were for nothing. You want to spend 20 hours. Like they just stole half your fucking life. And so lots of these artist types or these intellectuals, they never experience that, so they don't fucking get it. It's like, oh, you get to like flex your fucking IQ on people in a college or whatever, teaching people something that's economically useless, like philosophy, for example. I like philosophy, okay? Most philosophers are trash and it's just stupid. Of course, the guy's got to make fun of Jesus Christ. Getting a degree in philosophy or the arts or something, most people who are in college, they bought this whole like baby boomer lie where you got to go to college so you become employable. Like, get the fuck out of here. Most of the people in college don't need to be there unless you're in STEM. And even then, if you go, let's say you go into medicine, then it's just a big memorization contest or memorization. I don't know. Well, that's basically what it is. You got to make sure you get like 75% or something, so you can get doctor before your name at the end of it, and follow the pharmaceutical companies' rules that they lay out for because they decide the curriculum because they do all the fucking they fund these universities, and so anyways, my point there is I think I already made it, but these fucking lots of leftists they don't know the free market. They don't have to toil. Like this guy, he gets to play fucking drums for a living. Oh yeah. And this ministry guy's been going at it for a long time, since the early '80s. He had like a sort of industrial music, whatever the fuck that means. It's like Fear Factory. The best parts of Fear Factory are the intros to the songs on Demanufacture. When the guy's vocals kick in, I gotta fucking turn the song off because those vocals fucking blow. And I'm pretty sure that ministry guy or the Fear Factory, that fat Mexican guy, I'm pretty sure he's a leftist too. So, anyways, if you manage to somehow skip the skip the toil part of life, then you can have your fucking Marxist worldview, where socialism somehow creates a paradise when then you can focus on leisure. Yeah, sure, buddy. You can focus on leisure. Then the only yeah, how are you gonna be able to enjoy yourself with nothing when nothing gets made? You think fucking farming's fun? Yeah, sure.